So I'm here to tell you that it is about time to go ahead and start talking about how we should just celebrate the Christmas cheer with you, Kathy, with you, Rich.
Oh, boy.
And our friend Carl Lucier.
Oh.
Drop the hatchet, Carl. It's Christmas.
Drop
He's
the
not
hatchet.
Show it to him.
He's getting ready to.
He's
He's only bringing it up so he can delete it off the page.
Come on, Carl.
I almost thought maybe I had him in a weak spot yesterday and I was going to take advantage of it, but yeah, it would have just ruined his mood, I'm sure. I don't think there's ever going to be a reprieve.
Well, it's okay.
Listen, life goes on, right?
Well, I don't mean to brag or anything, but I got.
I don't mean to boast, but we're like hot butter on a breakfast toast.
God.
Sorry.
But I'm gonna brag a little bit because I got an early Christmas gift.
You're going to be a grandmother.
Oh fuck, no!
Oh.
God, no! I hope not. Jesus, no. My check engine light came on in my car.
Nice.
Isn't that
No.
great?
Merry Christmas!
Right around the holidays.
It's a Christmas miracle!
Right.
Do you have a code reader? Does Rich have one?
So it's happened the last couple times I've gotten gas, so I think I got water in the tank or something. Or a fuel filter or something. I don't have a cap on mine.
Oh,
There's no cap.
okay.
But I think it's either like a fuel filter thing or like, because it's only when I've gotten gas and then about halfway through the tank, it goes
away?
off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's gas related. I hope it's all it is. But yeah, because the last time I did, I had them hook it up
Yeah.
and they said it could be something like that. And then I had an appointment to have them look at it and the light went off. So I'm like, it's fine.
Car runs all right.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, no problem. So I think that's what it is. I might get some of that gas treatment, throw it in there just in case there's water in there. But I'm like, yes, Christmas shopping and a check engine light. What could be? I mean, what a better combination.
Actually, we went to Walmart last night to grab a couple of things.
Oh,
I gotta tell you,
God.
no, that place was empty.
Like the shelves?
No,
The shelves were empty.
people. I mean, we walked in and when we went up to the register. I mean, we went to a register that had somebody working it. I don't do that self shit, but we didn't have to wait. We walked right up, put our stuff down, got rung out, and out the door.
Wow. What time were you there?
9-ish.
Oh, at night? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I finished my grocery shopping there on
8
Sunday at like 10 and it was dead. It was great.
That was. I mean, we parked. We could have parked closer, but I didn't want to drive down there and pass up a good spot because you know how that goes. And somebody parks in it, and you park them further back.
Yep.
But we could have parked like it was like third spot up from the end. We could have parked. There was a couple spaces there in a couple of rows.
Yeah.
Right at the front door.
I was there around like 4 to 5 o'clock.
You would have thought that
It was a
hell.
madhouse. You would have thought we had like a storm coming or something. I mean,
It's like
it was
when I went to
just,
Costco the other day. Holy, you think they were giving things away down there?
We were there on Saturday.
Horrible.
And when we were there, I was actually surprised because to me it was just a regular Saturday.
I
It
went
didn't
middle of the
look
day
that.
Monday,
Oh,
and it was like I got there at 20 after 11. They opened at 10. The parking lot was overflowing
oh
already.
my
at that
God,
point. Overflowing. It was horrible.
Jesus!
I think a lot of people are buying things more online.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They're staying out of the stores.
We've had it, yeah, I think right now it's just all that last minute crap that everybody, like, oh crap, this person's coming over. Oh shit, I got to get them something, that kind of thing.
Yep.
Or last minute stocking stuff for things. That's what we're doing. But yeah, I mean, online we've had UPS, FedEx, SpeedX, you name it, Amazon. I mean, literally every day, multiple times a day.
They've been quite a
dropping
problem.
stuff.
Is that new?
They've been quite a problem. They've
Speed-
been
oh,
delivering
yeah.
a lot of stuff to
They
the wrong
do-
houses.
they-
SpeedX is a thing?
Yeah.
What
Oh,
is that?
it's a shipping
Oh.
thing.
I don't know how they do it either. There's like no names or addresses or it's
It's I think it's
all
one of
numbers.
the lower end shipping
I've
carriers.
never even heard of it.
Yeah, I know when I buy Shein.
They drive their own cars.
Oh.
When I buy Shein, sometimes they ship through SpeedX. But I noticed though there was something off Amazon I bought and it was SpeedX, and I was like, interesting.
I
Yeah.
have no idea.
Yep, just another one out there. But they're busy. I can tell you that. Those guys are nonstop.
You see those
UPS was out at 9 o'clock the other night on my road.
Mm-hmm.
Portoni is out.
Oh, I'm sure
Oh,
he's
yeah.
Crazy.
slamming.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you got the Amazon electric cars or trucks out there, like Santa's sleigh.
Yep.
Breaking down.
Have you seen any breakdown?
Oh yeah, several of them.
Or are they just out of battery juice?
Right, that's what I'm saying. They're breaking down. I don't know if the cold.
On a flatbed the other day. I saw it getting taken back to Plainfield. Must have died.
There's been a few of them I've noticed already, just in the last couple weeks.
See, I haven't seen that yet, but I'm just imagining the batteries must be dying on things.
Yeah, I would think so.
Charged
and then I can't imagine that works too well. Cause I think, I mean, I don't know, but I think it takes quite a while for them to charge. So that's time off of their route, right? To be able to have to charge.
I think they would probably go there. They would probably empty and load up another one, and then
I would.
You got to unload the truck.
I mean, I'm sure they've thought of how to coordinate that, but I don't know. But I've seen quite a few of them on the side of the road.
We saw one on a flatbed yesterday, the day before, and so I just laughed. I'm thinking dead battery, got to be right.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. So, in addition to my check engine light, I also had a flat tire the other day, Sunday, I think it was. Yeah, that was great.
Things come in threes, so you got one more thing. What could it be?
Great. Please don't. No, God, no. Please don't tell me that.
I don't make the rules, Kathy. It's just, things come in threes. I mean, I just,
If anything happens today, it's going to be because of you. Just saying.
No, it's going to be because things come in threes.
But you said it out loud.
Maybe you'll get banned from Grizzled now. Say something.
It's possible. You never know.
Shooter's full.
Yeah.
So what else is going on for Christmas?
Well, here's a little Christmas nugget. Well, not a Christmas nugget, but when you say "damn it, I'm mad," backwards, it's "damn it, I'm mad."
Yeah, you're right.
You're welcome.
Well, no, because "damn" has an N in it.
Yeah.
That's
it does, but
we ignore it.
We're gonna get
silent, right?
Get technical now, right? Jesus.
Okay, I'll ignore that part.
What's the big thing on Christmas Eve now? Do people just still get together with family and friends, or do they go out and go to the?
We're going over to some friend's house.
Yeah, we don't.
Family? Yeah, ain't got much of that left.
Yeah, we don't. My side has never done anything on Christmas Eve. My exes always did Christmas Eve with his family and everything. So the kids are usually with him on Christmas Eve.
Is that the stalker guy?
So, no, my ex-husband.
Oh, your ex-husband.
My ex-husband, yeah.
Okay.
No, that's that.
Nick's dad. Nixon.
Yeah. So they go over. They're always with them on Christmas Eve. So Christmas Eve was always my wrapping. Like I'd stay home with a bottle or 2 or 3 of wine and wrap the night away.
See, wine just puts me to sleep.
Yeah, it gives me a headache. I found one that doesn't. So, but
sugar content, because the sugar content is just.
I don't know. I don't know. After a couple of glasses, I don't know what's happening. I'm just wrapping presents.
That's my kind of girl. Rich, take note.
I'll refrain.
I don't care.
And he's usually working. So, and he'll be working tonight. He goes in at 3. So, back to that stupid schedule of his.
So you'll be drinking wine and scrolling TikTok.
Yeah. Well, I'll be drinking wine and wrapping presents.
I think I'm pretty much done with that.
I underestimate how long it's going to take. Like I get going thinking, I'll be done like an hour or 2. And, like 5 hours later, I'm oh my God. I mean, toward the end, I'm literally just like rolling shit up and just wrapping it. I don't care. Yeah, I couldn't care less.
Hey, Bruce, good morning. And from the Wyndham area.
Oh,
and
good morning.
We'll get your season tickets, dude. You'll be back. The unicorns.
Okay, that's what I thought. Back. I thought, yeah. I know. I see that right here. You got the schedule.
1 year extension.
1 year with an option, so basically 2 years. Okay. So, which will be.
Now is the stadium still for sale?
No, as of right now, no. They took it off of the agenda.
And the town owns it? The city of Norwich or whatever? City owns it? Interesting.
Yeah. But I think they realized during the last go around with it is that selling the stadium and what they're actually going to get for it is not going to be a needle mover.
Really?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah. So they figured, well,
because what are you going to do with it?
Well,
tear it down and do what, right?
Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff to tear down. It's not just the stadium.
Oh, I know.
It's underneath.
Oh, yeah.
It's the clubhouses. It's everything. There's a lot of stuff there that, I didn't know. I talked to Lee and Heather at the Sea Unicorn. Ooh, get the hiccups all of a sudden. Were telling me about it. What needs to be done if they were going to do that. It's a lot more than you think.
Oh, I bet.
And then to repurpose it for
what?
Apartments.
Yeah.
Affordable housing.
Affordable housing, workforce housing, affordable housing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hitting everywhere.
I still think they missed an opportunity, not the Sea Unicorns, but the city of Norwich missed an opportunity to bring in like the Savannah Banana or type of.
Savannah Bananas won't come in because.
Not them necessarily. Well, not
now.
No, now they would. The place is way too small now. But when they were first starting, I think they missed an opportunity to have to get in on that. And to have a team like that.
Yes. We saw the Beach Boys up there.
Oh, yeah. They have a ton of things there.
They used to do a lot of things
but they
there.
could have had, and maybe they still could now, just on a smaller scale, is that type of, baseball team or something there. Get like a local or a regional, a New England team or something.
They had the Mystic Schooners in there for a while as well with the Sea Unicorns, and they didn't draw anybody.
Well, no, I mean like the how it's like the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball, essentially. I mean, in a way, like it's not just baseball.
I know who they are,
but like something like that. That's more.
Who else?
Well, you'd have to get multiple teams that would have
It can't be a one-man thing.
A conference, yeah. It'd have to be like an actual conference where you have like multiple teams in, say, the Northeast or whatever, and and they just all travel around to these smaller stadiums and do that kind of stuff.
That's it.
That's basically how the Savannah Banana started out.
They started out with two teams, them and the Party Animals, and they were like that for 5 years. But they only played in Savannah for the first 3 years.
Yeah, but
they didn't travel or do anything. Matter of fact, they were laughed at the first year, and then it caught on and caught on and caught on.
Look at it now.
Yeah,
they're
selling out stadiums that the MLB teams aren't selling out.
Yep.
Oh no! I understand, but I mean, let's say the Sea Unicorns group did that. So let's say they grew. Where do they go from there? Well, does they leave the Sea Unicorns?
No, I don't. That doesn't have to have any affiliation with the Sea Unicorns whatsoever. It could be something totally separate that the city of Norwich brings in.
That's a lot of money.
Not the Sea Unicorns.
That's all. They're not. I don't think they're going to do that, especially Norwich, just because of the fact that there's a lot of money there that you have to spend out because you got to figure now. All of these players are now paid players, right? And then you have to pay the coaches. You have to pay a staff. You have to do a whole bunch of different things. They don't want that. I mean, that's millions of dollars.
Yeah, I just feel like it's an opportunity that's there, and it's already, there's already another, I don't know, team or whatever that's paved the way and shows it's doable. I think the right person.
I'm not saying it's not
the right person could get in there and I think do something with that and could fill that stadium, no problem.
Yeah, I don't think.
What's that stadium? The 4,000 people?
Six. Yeah.
I
don't think there's who's got the money to do that.
Oh, there's people out there that have that right, kind of money.
But do they want to? Or,
right. Well, that's what I'm saying. You'd have to have the right person that has that money and want to come in and do it.
There are a million things you can do with Dot Stadium, and I think they're going to be. I think the city of Norwich is going to be a little more proactive going forward.
I think that's being optimistic, but I mean, a municipality being proactive. Come on.
Well, there's. I think
there aren't many of those.
I think what they're doing is they're learning from their mistakes. You got to understand too the Sea Unicorns themselves, right? They're actually the Oneonta Sports Club. They don't have anything to do with that.
Yeah,
there's nothing. They have nothing to do with that. They are nothing more than an occupant of Dodge Stadium.
Yep.
They rent the place, for these dates, and and they're there for the wintertime, getting ready for the spring and stuff. As far as somebody else coming in and doing something with that stadium, that would be up to the town of Norwich.
Yeah.
To do that. And I don't.
That's what I'm saying. If you're thinking they're being proactive, I don't.
I think they're a little more proactive to the point where they're thinking about doing things in that stadium where before they were not.
Yeah, I mean,
watch the city council meetings. You'll see what I'm talking about.
I have my fill of town.
Well, I've been watching them. You know what I mean? And at least there's more of if anything, a focus.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good. I hope that's true. I hope that they're looking to do something. I mean, honestly, Norwich is a really weird town because they really do have a lot to offer, but for some reason they are so stuck in just it. I mean, it doesn't have a great reputation. Overall,
downtown isn't what downtown used to be anymore.
No, but I mean, if you think about
that was the place to go. That's where you did your shopping.
Yeah, I remember as a kid we used to take the
Sears
bus. My
was down
grandmother
there. Benny's
was
down there.
Woolworths.
Woolworths was down there.
I remember
Pfizer
all that.
and Rauscher was down there.
Price Right. I remember going to like the little Reed and Hughes.
All of them stores.
That's where we used to get our
suits,
our uniforms for school and everything.
The parking garages on Main Street. That was all businesses up through there.
Yeah.
Campbell Sporting Goods. You had all that stuff
everything.
over there.
Yeah.
Who was the shoe place?
Gordon's
Shoe Outlet.
Gordon's, yeah. We used to go to Gordon's.
But Bruce's Shoes was in the corner going up Main Street where you would drop down the pizza place. Now it's a Mexican restaurant.
Oh, yeah. It used the old Estella's.
But that there on that corner, Bruce's Shoes used to be in there.
See, I remember
Shoes was over across the street.
I remember that being Liberty Tree back in the day.
The jewelry store was across there. Brian Jewelers.
Yep. Yeah. Gordon's Shoes was Art Space, where Art Space is
Modern
now.
Shoe Repair. Remember when you used to get new heels and soles put on your shoes instead of buying new shoes?
It was the Hidden Valley Social Club.
Yeah. I know a couple people that have been there, but that's
Is that the one down the hill by the old Dunkin' Donuts?
Burned one
Yeah.
I used to be scared of that place. We would just drive by it slow. As like teenagers. What's down there?
What's going on down there?
And we never went down there. What was the other one? We actually walked into it.
Tiki Gardens.
That's it.
Where was that one?
Where Dunkin' Donuts is now.
Dunkin' Donuts is now.
In Greenville?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the one I'm thinking of then.
Oh yeah, we walked in there scared to death. Me and 3 friends. Because we were just, all of a sudden we had built up the gumption to walk in. They haven't told you this story?
You might have. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, and I walked in and there was a little Asian guy in a tuxedo. All right. With 3 very, very unattractive women in bikinis. And I'm not kidding you. It was hello, sir. How you doing today?
Oh, Bye. God.
And we froze. Now we're like 17-year-old kids.
What I can do for you today?
You talk at Susie. No,
never mind. Wrong place.
And we did. We froze and we just looked at each other and then got the hell out of Dodge.
Yep.
Because we didn't know what to do. We had no idea. We were scared.
Of course, at that age, you think you're being cool until you're actually there, and then you're like, "Oh shit!"
You can go brag to your buddies. Hey, we went in there.
We went in there. Yeah, exactly.
I think we did. What'd you do? Ran out.
They never put anything in there again, like down with the next to the Greenville.
Well, they let the last time it burned. It was like the 3rd or 4th time it had an upper problem, and the chief just said, "Listen, there's nobody in there. Let it go."
Yeah.
And that's what they did.
But there was like nothing else ever put in there. It's right along the railroad tracks. I mean, it's not a good location really for anything.
It was the homeless hanging out in there. It got bad.
Yep. But I mean, Norwich does have
they have a lot.
I mean, they have a golf course.
Yep.
They have an ice skating rink. Yep. They have the stadium. Mm-hmm. They have a marina.
Yep.
I mean, there's a lot in Norwich that they have. Mohegan Park. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, there is a lot there. Gorgeous high school campus with, I think it's like one of the only high schools that has an actual museum in it, and that museum is beautiful. If you've never been in
NFA?
There. Yeah. The Slater
NFA is a
Museum.
private school.
It's a private school, but it's in Norwich and has the museum there that's open to anybody.
Oh, yeah.
And that museum is beautiful. But I mean, there's so much that is there. The Rose Garden, and I mean, so many things that you just don't even think about.
They were never promised a Rose Garden.
It just came.
You don't get it?
No.
It's way before your time. Do you?
I know. Yeah.
You get it? Okay.
Okay.
I never promised you a Rose Garden.
Yeah, that's definitely before my time. Yeah, no. doesn't even sound familiar. No.
Lynn
Sorry.
Anderson.
Young people.
Sorry.
What the hell's wrong with you?
I don't know.
Why is she here?
But anyway, they have a lot, but they don't capitalize on any of it. It just seems like
They just let
it's like, yeah, it's
it's
there,
It's
and that's
there,
it.
right? Yeah.
And like there's I don't know. God, I feel like if we had all of that in Grizzled,
And they have so
So
many.
we do have a lot of things.
They have so many
so-
groups and organizations in Norwich to promote things like that,
Mhm.
and they don't.
mm-mm.
I don't know. I don't
It's
get
really
it.
strange. Yeah, it's odd. I mean, we have a college in town. I mean, in Norwich. I mean, there's not.
Yeah.
There's just so much that's there, and it's crazy. I mean, if there's a town that has all of that and still struggling,
I mean, they have colleges, they have
Mhm.
museums, they have parks, they have high crime.
Yeah,
I mean, they have a
right.
lot of great stuff,
Yeah.
going on. And
Yeah.
matter of fact,
crime is
I-
down. I've heard.
I think as far as burglaries, I think they've hit a personal best this year.
Maybe.
So,
I mean, so they're record breakers.
They're record
I
breakers.
mean,
They
that's-
are
that's
record
good.
breakers. Let's look on the bright side of life.
Wow.
But I mean, they have their own hospital. There's a hospital right there
Yep.
in town.
Their own.
There's
Do you have your own
not,
hospital?
not their own,
No.
but they have a hospital in town. I mean, there's just when you really start thinking about it, there is a lot in Norwich, and how they are struggling and having any problems
I
is
don't get
nothing but mismanagement, in my opinion. Years and years of it, not
There's
just
a lot of
now.
businesses in town, and
Mhm.
like
Is
you
anybody
say,
flourishing there?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Probably not like the days in the past.
Yeah,
I probably
yeah.
doubt it.
But it makes you wonder why. Like what's I don't know.
What are some other shopping venues that we would go to that you shouldn't talk about that. But Rich, no, because you won't remember.
She won't even know.
I did. I used to go
know.
downtown with my grandmother when I was a kid. We used to
Okay.
take
Oh, yeah.
the bus,
Yeah.
the seat bus, and we'd
Yeah,
go
I did
downtown.
too.
We
We
did that
covered
all
Good
the
City,
time.
actually, yeah.
Yep,
And
we used to do that all the
bus, but
time.
We used to go downtown. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was so cool to have to be able to pull the little. There was
Oh,
like a
yeah.
little string
To
thing you
stop,
used to
yeah.
pull, so they knew to stop. Yeah.
Let's see. Rich Waslick says, "Good morning, you Xmas sphincters." In other words, or said Xmas sphincter. So I think that's like he's saying Christmas assholes.
Yeah, something like that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Assholes,
Yeah.
Vicky, good morning. Hi, Merry Christmas.
Sphinx.
That Vicky,
Vicky
Victoria.
Scanlon?
Oh, okay.
No, she does. She's banned us. Kind of like
Has she?
Carl Lewis here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Every now
3
and
o'clock this morning, the purge happened.
Did
Yeah,
it
did
really?
it?
Uh-oh.
3:10 to 3:13. No,
Jeez.
not you, but
Oh,
just
I've already been
in
purged.
general. I mean, just
Yeah.
go.
Oh
3 o'clock this morning.
And Cindy says it's all about the marketing.
Right. Yeah.
As far
Well,
as
it
Noah's
is,
concerned.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. I mean, like I said, they have all of that.
But
and
look at downtown though. Downtown is so much social services now.
yeah, that's really what it's turned
Who's
into.
going there?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Even Dunkin' Donuts didn't last.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Kathy, how much have you bought online for Christmas? If you could say this percentage of Christmas gifts that I bought online this year would be what?
I'd say 80 to 90%.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you?
I bought nothing.
Okay, so 100%. No. Me, I would say probably about the same number. Okay, so think about that
Mm-hmm.
for 1 minute. Now take a look at why isn't Norwich or Jewett City or Griswold flourishing or anything
Right.
like that? Because you said it at the
Mhm.
beginning of this show.
Mm-hmm.
You said looking at Walmart,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
The place was empty.
Yeah.
Why is that? Because people are shopping online.
Online.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
Retail definitely is not going to draw
but
people.
what were we talking about? As far as businesses, like that in
Mhm.
Norwich, right? We were talking about different places, Reed and Hughes
Mhm.
and Woolworth and Sears and
Even the Norwich Town
Um,
Mall for what it was
Norwich
worth. at the
Town
time,
Mall.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I mean,
and the more-
Puppy
now-
love.
Puppy
Now-
Puppy love going to look at all the loop.
Yeah.
Water and Air,
right
Yeah, the arcade.
now,
the arcade.
But I think
yeah.
the
Radio Shack was in there.
yeah,
I
yeah,
signed
yeah.
that one.
I think the focus, though, obviously with online stuff in the last 20 years or so, the focus can't be retail business. It's got to be other business. Like something downtown, I think, like Norwich, for example, needs to be things to do, not things to buy. It needs to be
But retail's
entertainment.
Retail's been taken over too. It used to be, like Campbell Sporting Goods, and you had surplus on wasn't unlimited. It was surplus center down there
Yeah.
on the same stretch. I knew the people that owned that. They lived across the street from my grandparents.
Mhm.
I mean, all that stuff was all locally
Yeah.
owned,
Locally, yep.
and that's
Mhm.
gone. I mean,
Yep, very
big
true.
corporations, Walmart, Target, Lowe's. You know, I mean, they've wiped them places out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
those
very
people,
true.
they can't survive.
Mm-hmm.
How can like Basra Hardware? Let's take him for
Yeah.
example, right? So it was a little small place out there. I mean, he used to have some lumber, he used to have stuff, but Jesus, you went in there and a nail. Let's just say a nail was $1 when you could go buy a whole box of them for 75 cents at Home Depot.
Mm-hmm.
How does Basra Hardware stay in
Yeah,
business?
they can't compete with that. Yeah,
You know?
no, I agree. Yeah,
Corporate America has taken over,
Mm-hmm.
and these small businesses can't compete with that.
Mm-mm.
So that's why you don't see them.
Yep. No,
you have to
I
look
agree
at
with
two.
that.
You have to look at. You said, would you suggest like for downtown Norwich? You said what?
Like entertainment instead of like things to do instead of things to buy.
Okay, like what?
So like there's the axe throwing stuff, escape rooms, things that younger folks that
Escape
like to
rooms are
spend their
closing
money.
up because they can't substantiate their expenses.
They never last long.
They don't last long.
They
right.
rotate. They usually rotate with other things. So
Right.
usually an escape room usually has the axe throwing with it. They have a smash room with it. They have like there's multiple things. It's usually not a standalone.
But can it survive on its own?
No, it has to. No, there have to be other things. Like it can't. Like you can't just have, say, an escape room going downtown. No, that'll never work.
No.
But it has to be part of a bigger plan, where you have an escape room over here. Maybe you have another brewery over here. Maybe you have, I don't know, what are kids into? Bounce house place, over here. And you kind of mix it up. You have stuff for really young kids all the way up to, the young adult stuff where it's all, and it all has to kind of be part of a plan and executed around, the same time, so that then you're bringing in multiple aged people. You're bringing in the parents that, are with the little kids in the bounce house thing. And, maybe they want to go grab a drink at some point, or, then you have the young adults who aren't quite 21, so they can't go to the bars, but they're not little kids either. So now you have an escape room, smash room, whatever for them to do. Things like that, the axe throwing and, there's, I don't know. I'm not creative, so I struggle with this kind of thing, but there are things. My kids are at that age. They're at that in between. They don't go to bars. They don't, they're not old enough, but they're not kids. What do they do? There's nothing
Disney.
for them to do. Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, with the current struggle in Norwich, as far as they're having it, their financial strifes, if a restaurant goes in there, I think they're kind of lucky. I mean, as far as like all of, like, we'll say axe throwing, you said axe throwing 14 times.
Yeah. Well, that's the only thing I can come up with off the top of my head.
But that's my point, is that if you can't think of, and I'm not saying you, but I'm just saying like in general, like 10 different viable options, and we're not.
Throw in a Topgolf. Put a Topgolf in down there, like a real one, not the one that's at the Foxwoods, but like a real one.
Like with retail, right? The retail businesses weren't, if they're not surviving, then everything else around it is not.
And I think that's the mindset that needs to change.
Who's going to change it?
It's
been like that for 100 years.
That doesn't mean it can't change. That just means that's the way it's been. So, and I think that's just, retail is, we know retail, brick and mortar retail is on the outs.
Downtown years ago, like Reed and Hughes. How do you bring Reed and Hughes back? And they're selling the same merchandise that Walmart's selling.
Yeah, you can't.
And Walmart's selling it for 50% less. And you don't have to deal with going downtown and finding a place to park.
Right, yeah. Parking's always an issue.
My point is it's a cycle.
Yeah.
It's a cycle.
How do they compete? They people will pay a little, maybe they'll pay a little bit more to go to a store like that versus Walmart.
Yeah, to avoid the crowds and things. I can see that.
Walmart was last night in probably 6 months. I just hate that place.
I do too.
So, for example, like shopping pods, let's call them shopping pods, like little areas of
retail,
different markets. Yeah, right. The only place I can think of that really has survived through the years has been Mystic Village. And Mystic Village, the only reason why I think they survive is because of tourism.
Yeah, tourism. Okay. Yeah,
there's no tourism in Norwich. There's no tourism here. Like, for example, in Jewett City and Griswold, right? Like we just have, like we talked about it yesterday, River Mill Tavern, opening up. Matter of fact,
go ahead. I was
going to say that show that yesterday had over 3,000 views.
Yep.
So people, are getting excited about that.
Did you see their post this morning?
No, I did not.
They ran out of all but one pizza after the show, and they're not open today or tomorrow because they need to like recoup. Like they were so busy yesterday after the show.
Closed last night too, I think.
They might have been. They might have closed up a little early last night. Apparently,
I think they were closed.
They put out a post this morning like we were on SNSN yesterday, and thank you everybody for coming in.
After the selectmen's meeting,
so it was great to see that.
Going somewhere, and it's like, well, let's go up the street, and you looked up there, and it was black.
Well, that one thing I did want to mention them when I drove by, it looked dark, but the lights inside were on. I think they might need more lighting toward the front, toward the door. Because I wasn't sure if they were open or not.
They were open, but it certainly looked like they weren't.
Yeah, I think they might need some.
They may not
lighting.
just have changed the settings on Facebook or something, but
yeah, I was going to mention that to them when I go and talk to them. But I saw their post this morning and it just made me smile. I'm like, I'm so glad to hear that they were busy, busy that they ended up almost running out.
Bringing some of his smoke stuff in there.
Maybe you will. Maybe that'll be a special. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. But when you mentioned you brought them up, I saw their post this morning.
No, I'm looking it up now.
Yeah, it was nice to see.
Was it on River Mill Tavern?
Yeah.
Let's see. I love this.
Yeah.
We'll be closed. If for all you say radio doesn't work, yeah, guess what? We'll be closed Christmas Eve and Christmas Day after SNSN Radio was kind enough to have us on. We had an unexpected amount of visitors. We sold all but one pizza, and so because they had to eat.
Yeah.
And so many other items. The support was unbelievable, and the fun we had was amazing.
Yeah. It was just one of those like feel good, like, oh, I'm so glad that happened. That they did so well yesterday.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Yeah.
Well, they'll do well, obviously.
I think they will. I think they will. I mean, there's like any new business, it's going to take them a little bit of time to get into their rhythm.
So from a business standpoint, just so you know, right? What we were able to do with Gary is we were able to direct people or help direct people to their business, right? Which is great. The thing is now it's up to him to keep them.
Yes. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Everybody can have a big festival of fun, with a ton of people, going into their restaurant and everything.
Yeah.
But now it's up to them to keep them.
I think they will. It was one of those places when you walk in, you felt like they're going to remember your name. It was a very, like I compared it to Sorrells. It was a very, like when you walked into Sorrells, you always felt welcomed. They were always out talking to you. Hey, how's it going? How you doing? They remembered you. How's the family? Whatever. I feel like that was the feeling I had when I walked in there. It was that similar kind of warm, family friendly kind of just, like Cheers, everybody knows your name kind of thing. That's what it felt like going in there. So it was, I think they'll do well. Once they kind of get into their
and I hope they do. I hope they do. The whole idea behind yesterday was to introduce, River Mill Tavern to the town.
Well, and he's got a different product. He's not a pizza joint or a Chinese joint or he's the different guy up there. So it all goes back to, like you say, going downtown Norwich where there was 25 different places to go to, and you need something different here too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that's what I think maybe where you were headed was, I feel like in order for like a retail thing to last anywhere in this day and age, it would have to be something niche, like something that you can't get at a Walmart or a Home Depot or a Target. Village. Right. Yeah. You were talking about Mystic Village. I mean, all those little shops, so they have a little running store. I mean, people down there in that area are runners. So they're always going in there.
The problem with that around here is that you'd have to create something recreational to do. I mean, we know things are there, what there are to do. However, you have to have it within the general vicinity.
Yes.
So like you have, like Mystic Village, right? Well, within minutes, there's the seaport and there's downtown.
You can go park at one place and walk to everything.
Yes. Right? Yep. And they have other events there. They have the Chowder Festival and the Garlic Festival, and they have restaurants kind of scattered throughout
they have all
it.
That stuff,
Yeah, they have the night, the lantern things where they light up the whole thing for Christmas,
but we don't have that here.
Nope.
We don't even have a place to do it.
No, it's
you know what? I'm just gonna say Putnam.
Oh yeah,
Putnam. They have no place to do it either,
but they do it.
They do it.
They do it.
So you know what?
Yeah.
And you know what? I'll tell you something. You know who and I had this conversation with years ago, and we both. I think one of the things we agreed on a lot back then, but it was Kevin Skolchak.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Westerly. They did this thing, a small little town. They have the big beach and everything. What do we have here? We still have not identified what we have here for recreation to bring people here.
Yep.
We're doing it backwards.
Mhm.
That's the thing. Tom Giard, listen up. So, I mean, sorry.
You want people to come, but you got nothing for them to
you
come
wanna
to.
go
There
ahead.
hasn't been any marketing done.
Yeah.
You got to create something to bring people here with.
Mhm.
You know, a pizza restaurant's not going to bring people to Griswold.
No.
You know, I mean, you need something.
Mhm.
So what are you going to do? He had a great idea, I think, with the Riverwalk. I thought that was interesting and
Mhm.
everything that he had. But that's a very small demographic
Mhm.
that is going to be interested in something like that.
Mhm.
So what do we do? You have to have something in town that people want to come to. And then, see, I think what they're trying to do, or the tell me if I'm wrong, because I very well could be. I think the idea was bring business to downtown and people will come.
Yeah, it's got to be the other way around.
You've got to create something for people to come to town and then build businesses around that
Mhm.
that'll support that.
Mhm.
But
And
you got to know what people want too.
Mhm.
You just can't.
that's market.
Yeah.
Well, I
That's
know.
market research,
Right.
you know?
So this was one of the things that I had asked about was what's our plan? And I've asked it in EDC. I've asked it in.
There is
Yeah,
no
oh,
plan,
that-
and this is
that's
the
the
problem.
problem.
And this
Yep.
is why
That's the
I have
problem.
said a million times over, get rid of the community, that committee, rebuild it from the ground up
Mhm.
because it's doing nothing.
Yeah.
you need to
Yeah,
be.
there's-
You need to be marketing.
There's we need a marketing person that's either willing to volunteer on that committee and pretty much do everything for free, or we have to put it in the
You're not
budget,
gonna
and that's not
get
going to
that,
happen.
Okay, and to ask for that,
It's a lot. It's a big
you know,
ask for something
don't
like
ask
that.
for somebody to do it free. You're gonna have to
Mhm.
somebody just like they got themselves a HR director now.
Mhm.
You got to get a marketing rep or get
Absolutely.
a marketing firm like
Yeah.
Miranda Creative out of Norwich
Yeah.
or something like
Mhm.
that. You know,
Mhm.
you got to hire them
Yep.
to say, what are we going to do here? Come
Well,
up with a proposal.
The what I was thinking was when I mentioned doing it for free is, there's a resident in town that maybe is in marketing and is looking to get involved in town and just utilize, that type of, that would be ideal, but
A
to find
person
somebody
that will
like
do
that,
will go to a meeting, go here, try this, here, try this, but they're not going to work on it.
I mean, you never know. You never know. I mean,
Doubt it.
I
I would
I
say
agree that the
doubt
chances
it.
are slim to none, but you never know. That would be ideal because it would cost the town no money, and we would have, even if it was somebody that could
They
even
don't
come and
care.
show us how to market.
See, this is the thing.
Who
They
do-
don't care if it costs the town no money.
Who
They don't
doesn't
get-
care?
The marketing rep. They don't give a
Oh yeah,
shit.
no, they don't
You know?
know, but the residents do.
No, well, maybe they do, but maybe that's when the town's got to say, all right, we've got to swallow our pride.
Mhm.
Hi, will you do this for free? Hi, will you do this for free?
Mhm.
Can you do this for free?
Mhm. Yeah,
No.
right. No, I agree. I totally agree. Absolutely. If somebody's willing to volunteer, then great. But I mean,
Well, yeah. And what are you going to get? Like the same 6 people that do it across
I
the
know.
board, right?
Right.
That's
I know.
the problem.
I know.
How many people live in town, and how many people get
Want
involved in
to
this?
get involved. I know. I know.
They want it, but they don't want to do nothing with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. No,
you
totally
have to
agree.
go to an organization at this point and see if anything can really be done or if they can suggest something and
Mhm.
come up with a plan. And then this is something that you got to go, and put this in the budget.
Well, and you need someone that's going to spearhead it. It's like one. I mean, we don't even have a plan. We have no marketing plan.
you
We
pay
don't
for
have
somebody to make a
right.
plan.
We don't have, and you don't even need to pay for someone to make a plan. You can
But,
create,
but it's going to cost you afterwards. Once
right
you
to,
make that
to
plan, then it's
implement
going to
it.
cost.
Absolutely, to implement it will definitely
Mhm.
require funds. But one, you need a plan, and you need a plan that everybody agrees on, not just EDC, but if
That will
capital could be
never
involved,
happen.
Board of Selectmen, Board of Finance,
That will never happen.
and that's the problem.
No, it's not.
That's a big problem.
No, it's not. Let me tell you something. You have a revamped EDC, you
Mhm.
get a marketing firm, you're done. You don't need Joe Schmo down on 123 Boulevard in Griswold to say, I like that idea. No.
Well, I'm
You
talking
just
about
go
the
and
other
do it.
boards. The other boards, not the other boards, need to be on board. I mean,
You
we're
like
going to
that?
need financing. Yeah, I like that.
I'm sick and tired of, people going, yeah, I don't like that idea. Sorry, Dave View, it's not your town.
Oh well, yeah.
So-
I mean, you got. Yeah, I'm not even talking about the NIMBY people and just your
But those
everyday
are the
residents.
ones that are going to come and crap on it.
They
That's right.
are,
That's
but
right.
what I'm
And-
saying
and-
is
and
we
they
need the
do.
support. Of course they do, but we need the support of the other
You need the
committees.
support by selling it to the residents, by
Mhm,
saying,
that too.
look, we've done this research. we believe in this. We want you to believe in it too. This, and here's the most popular or the most powerful statement. This is what we're going to do.
That would have to come from the Board of Selectmen.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why all the other boards
this
need to be on
what
board.
We're going to do.
Yep.
You like it, get on the bus.
Yep.
If not,
sorry.
Yeah.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. If the EDC could come up with a plan like that in collaboration with the other boards, and then Board of Selectmen get out there and say, look, we've all collaborated. We've all worked on marketing. We've all done, whatever.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing as a town, as all the committees together as a town moving forward. Then, yeah, I mean, I absolutely. That's what I've been saying for months. But they don't even want to put a plan together.
I know I'm being real sensationalistic about this, but the fact is that the town has to, instead of, and I'm not pointing fingers at anybody, well, EDC.
Which is Rich and I.
Guess what?
I know. Oh, trust me.
But you guys only have so much you can do.
Right.
Right? But there needs to be a plan that's just going to be executed.
Yes.
What we don't need is wishy-washy bullshit.
Yes.
Where somebody just goes, well, maybe we should do this.
Well, and that's what I asked. Right.
No, pay a marketing firm to say this is, and to bring some action items of what would be viable for the town of Griswold. Because for 40 years, nothing has worked.
Right. Has anything been tried? Honestly?
The only thing that worked was and it was very short-lived, but it worked, was the bicentennial. Or the Griswold's bicentennial.
Worked how? What do you mean?
Kevin was still selected?
Well, no, it was more. It was the committee that did it. Jay Rainier,
back in the Kevin days.
Jay Rainier was on that.
Larry was on that. I think.
Larry Bud Melman. You don't even know who Larry Bud Melman is. See, again, do you remember Larry Bud Melman? Larry Laidley, yeah. Larry Bud Melman was on David Letterman. Gail Rook Norman was on that, and a few others. I'm sorry that I forget who, but they did a wonderful job. They had even had a coin that was pressed for the event that they sold for fundraising.
Well, and I think the current 250
are they doing that too?
Doing something like
they
that.
They look excited too about doing something. So I'm sure the 250-year committee, for the United States, that they're doing is going to be excellent.
Yep.
But we got to do something that's sustainable, that will bring business to town all over.
So, and I think
all parts, or at least April through October.
Yeah. Yep. And I think right now, unfortunately, the plan, and I use plan loosely, basically is we just cast a wide net. Just whatever.
But that's what we've been doing.
That's what I'm saying. That's what, and whatever happens, and we kind of go with it. It's very reactive rather than proactive. And I suggested a long time ago up on the 164, bring in biotech. Bring in some biotech firms and companies. We're in between Boston and New York. Boston's huge biotech. That would be perfect location to be not in the city, because a lot of people bitch about being in Boston. And, we're close enough. I mean, I work in there. I work in Boston. It's an hour and a half with no traffic, to get up there. We could have professional, scientists and project managers and doctors and everything working up there. That would, restaurants would do well. Some retail could be put in there. I mean, there's things that could happen up there, but instead we're just kind of like, whatever happens, and
You know what's going to happen if you sit there too long, right?
It's going to be affordable housing, all of it.
Oh yeah.
And then you want to see the people bitch.
Yep.
About taxes.
That's correct.
But then you have to look for companies that are willing to move, that may want to move, and then you're looking 5 to 8 years for that to even happen.
Yeah. Well, I reached out. You had mentioned, I think almost probably a year ago now, Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
So Buc-ee's is a huge rest stop down toward the south.
We're not hick enough for them.
And so,
Huge. Holy shit.
I think we're too hick, honestly. They have like 100 gas pumps and then 100 diesel pumps. I mean, the place is ginormous. I think they hold the world record right now, Guinness World Record, for like the largest rest stop or gas station or something. It's huge. And it's a tourist attraction.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's a huge tourist attraction.
Okay.
So he had mentioned that. He's like, wouldn't it be funny if we put a Buc-ee's up there? And I'm like, huh. So I found an email and I contacted them. They actually got back to me and they wanted some information. I sent them aerial shots. I sent them DOT data. I sent them a bunch of stuff. And they came back and said, sorry, not enough traffic. And I'm like, but that's the point. You would bring it in.
I know, right?
But
that was a great idea.
And I thought it was great. I tried telling them, like, we're between.
And that was just a joke one night.
Yeah. But I mean, it was, and I told him, I said, we're near the biggest, casino in the United States. We're between Boston and New York, blah, 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 blah. I mean, I'm not a marketer, but I did what I could.
Yeah. Right.
And,
you did an excellent
and he
job.
was like, thanks, but we're not interested right now. And I'm like, you would be the first one in New England. We don't have anything like this. Like, it would draw in so many people, blah, blah, blah.
And
blah.
they've got small ones and they're building the huge ones these days, but they've got small ones in different places.
Yeah.
And the small one would have made them millions up there. Absolutely.
Yep.
I don't know why they didn't see why they wouldn't get a return on their dollar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they said it wasn't enough traffic.
Coming back from my daughter's in Virginia, once you get over the line in Virginia, there's one of their newest ones, and the place is like huge.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we didn't stop there when we were down there, but it's like, holy crap!
Oh yeah.
If there was well over 100 fuel pumps in that place, well over.
Yeah. Yeah,
huge.
it's but those are the kinds of things that we could use that would help draw people, tourism. People would stop there as they're coming back and forth through the casino, the sunflowers in the summertime, and
gotta go to that general. They gotta go to the store.
Right. And we have campgrounds around here, campgrounds that would utilize it. They have showers and everything there for like truck stops for the truckers and everything. One thing I did notice though, when I was doing that, we always say how we're between Boston and New York, but if you go into your Google Maps and maybe Apple Maps or whatever they use also, if you put in a route and you say, I show me how to get from Boston to New York, it doesn't bring you this way.
No.
It brings you through Hartford down 91.
Sure.
It bypasses the entire South.
Cuts you right across the state this way.
Yep. So, I mean, technically, yes, we're between Boston and New York, but people outside of this area, if they look at that, they're going to say, no, you're not.
No.
Bottom line is we don't know what the hell we're doing. Bottom line is that's why we
have no plan.
Hire an actual agency to do that.
We have no plan, unfortunately.
I think the only plan that I really even saw that was a possibility. Somebody said they wanted to paint murals like on the side of, and I'm like, what? I was never a big fan of that. The whole murals of like sunflowers and shit. And I'm thinking, my God, that's ghetto city.
Norwich has it. Yeah, they have them.
I think it's cool, but
I'm not an artsy person, so
and Norwich is not a Nazi area. It's an artsy.
Did you say
area.
Nazi?
An artsy area.
Yeah.
And
holy shit.
Artsy area.
That was even good. An artsy.
Oh boy.
An artsy area.
He did. But I think
the end over here.
I think they try to be, though. They do have like the gallery. They have art space. They have the Chestnut Playhouse. I mean, I think they try to be kind of more of the creative, artsy kind of community. So, I get it. But, I mean, it's not my thing. I think if it's done well, then that's fine. But
just in general have a following, like the Harp and Dragon. Places like that. I mean, it's just, I don't know. We don't seem to follow that.
I'm just going to drop this. Boom. And I think this is where it starts. I've always thought this is where it starts, but it's just an idea. And no, I don't have the time. I
know where this is going.
Where?
Go ahead.
Give me the first.
Vampires.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, actually not.
Yeah, no, I thought of that earlier.
I was thinking
it's like,
vampires,
that's just not going to do it either. No.
It would help. But I mean, if it was done right, it was actually done.
Like the Dinosaur Museum, right?
But where I think it would start is if somebody went ahead and took the State Theater and made that into a small theater.
Absolutely.
I'm talking about for live performances.
Yep. Absolutely.
That is something that would
and I think that's been approached more than once, and there was no interest.
I was in with him one day, Tony.
Yeah, that's not so much true.
He wasn't interested in doing much.
Right, but if I think the right thing, I think he would.
You think so?
and he don't want to spend any money on it. Which
No,
okay,
no.
that's fine.
Yeah.
That's his. That's I mean, when it comes to doing like business areas and stuff like that. That's up to the client to really do that.
Yeah.
And
He's
that
just
is
renting a space.
and that is part of the issue we have is that properties and commercial space, we're at the mercy of the owners.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Look at that mate, right over there by Walgreens.
Yeah, that place has been empty
Ever
forever.
since it was a video store.
They will not.
Won't.
Matt Lawson has a friend that wants to get in there.
Yep.
He has a business. He wants to put it in there, and they will not return his calls.
Yep.
He has been
What's he wanna do
inundating them
What are we talking about? Over by
right next to Walgreens in the same building.
Used to be the
Okay,
video
gotcha.
store.
I don't know exactly. Something about Pokemon. Like he's a big Pokemon's got a following, man. Let me tell you, that's where Nick made all of his money at the flea market. It was unbelievable. But anyway, but I think he wants to put something in there like that. It's a niche, I mean, so it had something to do with that. I don't know all the details, but they won't even call him back. And of course, it's an out-of-state owner.
I've heard that,
and
yeah.
they have a property management group, so he's been calling all of them, emailing them. I mean, just inundating them, bugging them.
So like in Norwich, you have the Oates Theater, the Donald Oates Theater.
Yep, or Chestnut Street Playhouse, or whatever it's called.
Well, Oates Theater is like
Is that what
holds
the
like 30 people.
Yep, it's small.
It's very, very small.
Is that the one down the old firehouse?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
It's down by NFA.
Oh,
The Oates Theater is, I believe.
then that's not the one I'm
let's
thinking
see,
of.
Donald
I don't know what that is then.
Oates
I'm thinking of the
Theater.
old
Yeah.
firehouse on
Yeah.
Chestnut.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'll tell you right now.
Hmm.
Well, maybe I'm not. I've
That's
got
why
the website open.
I think that would be great. It would be
62 Broadway.
Broadway. Yeah, that's not the one I'm thinking of.
Nah.
I didn't even know there was a theater
They
there.
have a gallery there that you can go to. They have plays and productions.
Where the hell is that?
Oh, that's over by La Stella's. Donald O. Theater's over there.
There's a theater over there?
Yeah,
I had
that's-
no idea.
Yeah, like I said, the capacity is like 30 people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's that one, and then there's the other one. Yeah.
There's one I went
And these are
to.
memberships.
Right, the one on Chestnut Street, and then there's the one you get. I
Okay.
don't know if you get through it off of. Yeah, it must be Broadway. There's steps that go up there. Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. There was one that we went to. We were in New Hampshire. And you want to talk about in the middle of nowhere, right? We're in New Hampshire. I'm not even sure what town it was. Near the lake, in the lakes region. Visiting friends, and they brought us to a little theater, literally in the middle of nowhere. Place was packed, but it was a small little theater, maybe 100, couple hundred people, maybe. I mean, not huge. The play was great. They had the actors that flew in and were there for this particular play. They had been there for a couple of months, doing their practicing and whatever. And it was a great play, literally in the middle of nowhere, and it brought in so many
Dance
people.
halls. You need dance halls again.
Oh my God. Well, see, and that's another thing. I think the younger generation, they're not in-person social.
No.
They don't want to go out and socialize. So that's kind of going by the wayside also.
Remember all the places that used to be around that Friday and Saturday nights out you went?
Yeah.
There was a band everywhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Not now. They're not interested really in that kind of thing. They don't want to be out socializing. They'd rather just socialize on their phones.
All right, so here's, I don't know if you can see it. This is the Oates Theater right here.
Yeah, if it
Or
holds.
this is Chestnut Street right here.
Chestnut Street. Okay.
Which is, oh my God, maybe 40 people.
Yep.
That one's small. That small too? I thought that one was a little bit bigger. Okay.
Oh no.
All right.
But this is something that can be done. Right
Of
over
course.
Here. They got the marquee. Oh my God. You
It would be gorgeous.
get somebody
Yes.
for free to revamp that.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to have that marquee
Mm-hmm.
somehow, somewhere. That is just,
Restored.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that would be something that would draw people in. I mean, that
But
would.
that's where you got to start.
Right.
That's where
I
you
know.
have to start,
I
right?
know.
Have a deal with the bank. Maybe have the bank,
Mhm.
go ahead and
Yep.
they would support it,
Mm-hmm.
also with parking as well.
Yeah.
I
Well-
think that would be,
Maybe with the new parking garage just going in where the St. Mary's School is. I mean, there'd
Hey, you know what? It's got possibilities, right?
yeah.
Heard that's back on the table.
be. Yeah.
Yes.
St. Mary's is under contract last I knew. Under
Yeah.
contract. I don't know anything more than that.
So Cheryl
It's
says,
supposed to be something similar to what Steve St. Germain was going to do.
Maybe, yeah, probably.
your wife says, maybe make the town old times, which I could see that. I really could. I think that's a great idea.
Like make Main Street like an old Route 66 kind of thing. Is that what you mean?
You ever been down have you been down to down Florida, down Disney area in Orlando? They have a place called Old Town.
Mm-mm.
And it's
Heard
an
of it.
old town.
Yeah.
And it's really cool. They sell nothing but old merchandise and stuff like that. And she said like old time candy store, old times toy store and stuff like that. See, now those nostalgia items.
But they're
but you need the whole town to do it. You know what I mean? You need a whole area.
I would also, I like the idea, but you have to keep in mind too that would be nostalgic for older people. That would not be nostalgic for younger people. The younger people would not catch them.
That's not their thing.
It would not catch them at all.
I hate to say this, but who has the money to spend? Not the teenagers, not the 21-year-olds, not the 22-year-olds. It's the people that are 40 and over that have the money to spend.
Go down to Mystic Village, you'll see it.
Exactly.
Yep.
So no, I don't think it would be smart at all to go ahead and have an entire business model based on what my 23-year-old wants.
No, not all of it. No. I think it has to be a mix. It has to be a mix.
Portion of it.
Right. Then go to
These young people, they spend money that they don't have.
They go there and they sit and they don't spend money. I have gone down.
They sit on the benches.
That's right, and they'll nurse a cup of coffee. Or Starbucks. One of the reasons they had to completely change their business model because people were going in, buying a cup of coffee, and sitting there working the
using
entire
their Wi-Fi,
using their Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
I get it. I know. I understand that.
And then when they don't get that, it's like, what do you mean I gotta leave?
So I'm always a looking very far down the road kind of person. So I see something like the nostalgia thing. I think it'd be totally cool. I would definitely. I think it would totally work. But I think we would also need to plan for what happens when that starts to not work anymore. Like none of us are getting any younger. When that generation that appreciates that nostalgic thing, what we have to plan also for when that starts fading out and have something ready, start getting
smart
other
enough to
things
see that happening and be proactive on
exactly.
that.
My answer to that would be, okay, we had in yesterday Gary Morin from River Mill Tavern, right? What did we talk about earlier? We talked about how we gave him a kickstart, right?
Yeah.
It's up to him
to
create that customer base at that point. Same thing with any new business that walks into town. You know what I mean? If they're doing, some sort of nostalgia thing, it's up to them to watch the business trends, and change and adjust as time goes on.
Well, and I think
it would be our job if it was up to us to go ahead and try to create, that area.
I think that should also be part of economic development and as far as long-term plan to help kind of guide that. So that when businesses are coming in, hey, look, here's what we think. It's always open for adjustments and whatever. But here's our 5-year plan or 10-year plan, 20, maybe 40-year plan. And this is kind of what we think the market's going to be doing, and what the interests are going to be.
Agency to do that.
Yeah, agreed.
I don't think.
Agreed.
I don't think it's something that part-time volunteers need to get into because, to be honest with you, if I'm a CEO of a company, multi-million or even billion-dollar industry, I'm not listening, no offense, to some volunteer from a small town thinking this would be great to have.
No, but we would be the ones implementing it.
Right, but you also would be the ones that are trying to sell it off to people to come in. Implementation is one thing, but conversion is different.
Yeah. That's a fire truck.
Right.
See what's going on.
What's going on?
Let's be nosy.
What's up?
Go look at the scanner.
She's got like 90 groups.
So she could tell you where.
I've got everything.
She could tell you where any plane is in the United States right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fire alarm. Down on 37 Main Street.
37 Main.
Is that
What
Cranky's?
number is this?
Is that the Cranky's building?
This is 70, so it's on the other side.
It's on the other side.
I think is that the Cranky's building? or the one next to it?
Massage parlor, Chinese restaurant.
37 Main Street. I'm not sure.
Smoke coming out of that.
Ooh boy!
I was there yesterday.
So, and this is
They're amazing.
So, and not to like get off topic, because I do have one question for you too on the topic we have. But before we do that, this is just a heads up for people who don't understand like emergency services and how this all works. So they have a fire alarm right now. Most likely, it's nothing.
Yeah.
It's burnt food on the stove or something. But you know, you hear them; they're all still
Oh, yeah.
going. And 2 different stations were called out. Jewett City and Griswold Station were called out for that. And like I said, hopefully it's nothing. But at the exact same time, there's also a call to South Main Street for someone who's having a bleeding episode. So, luckily we have our ambulance in town that can handle that while these guys handle that.
Main, right?
Yeah.
That is, it's coming up as Crankies.
Okay, great. Yeah, that happens.
The Crankies building there.
Yeah. So it could be just.
And also Charlene's, actually. But we don't want to freak people out.
No. It's just that it's a fire alarm.
Yeah.
And it happens. It happens more often.
It could be 37 Main Street, apartment 4. We don't know.
It's possible.
I don't know what it just. Yeah.
You had a question?
Yeah. So my question for you is, so we have what I refer to as townies, right?
Yeah. People
who were born here, grew up here, live here, work here, like this
I guess I qualify for that.
Right. And I mean, you've lived out and come back, like, right. So, but still, I mean, you've been here forever. You've gone to school with a lot of the people, it's all like, there's a lot of those here, which I love. I think that's
There's
cool.
my Wolverine right there.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's cool, to have a small town like this and, everybody knows everybody kind of thing. So, but my question for someone like you as a townie, so we get a lot of folks that say we live here.
A jerk.
No,
get a lot of those
that we live here because it's quiet and it's rural and we don't want to bring all this stuff in. We like the town the way it is. And it's usually those older townies that don't want to bring new stuff in because they're afraid it's going to change the entire town.
Mm-hmm.
And what do we do about that? Like, how do we try to get folks, and not just them, but just residents in general, how do we get them to understand that doing something on Main Street is not going to affect Rickstown Road. Doing something on 164 is not going to affect Rood Road. Like how do we get them to understand that developing these certain areas along 395
right. When you get out of this area, you're back.
You're still right. It's still going to be the same. The same people.
Do you want me to answer that?
Yeah, please.
Okay. First of all, you don't tell them that because it will affect them.
How? Okay, then explain that to me.
It will affect them. More people come into town. You're going to get a little more congested. And that's kind of what you want, right? I mean, you want to bring people into town. More, I mean, hopefully real estate goes back, to what it was like a couple of years ago, or there's, there's going to be more establishments being built.
But only in these certain areas, right?
No, let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
You get froggy because she'll ask a question and it's like she knows where she wants you to go, right? She's one of those, I'll ask the question because I already know the answer. But, if you're not going there, I'm going to jump.
Yep. No, go ahead.
No, it's going to affect them. It's going to affect all parts of the town, no matter what town you're in. But the thing is what I would say to people is that the only thing that stays the same is change. And you have to accept that change. And if, the same things that worked in 1941 is not going to work in 2025.
Well, they don't want to hear that though. That's
tough
already
shit.
Been, yeah, I know, but that's
tough shit. That's all I can tell you about that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Tough shit.
Yeah, we've had that conversation.
Tough shit. Because things change, things happen, right?
Yeah.
It's like they didn't want freaking data centers because it was too loud. Oh my God, why? Because they were too worried about change. They weren't worried about the data centers. They were worried about just the solidarity of their little
something
town.
coming in,
but they don't want their taxes to go up. Guess what? It's gonna go up whether you have a data center here or you have a Jewett City Hospital or a helipad or anything like that. Taxes are gonna go up. Why? Because insurances go up, fees go up. Nothing that always changes. That's the only thing that changes. The only thing you can do is try to control that, and try to roll it back a little bit by bringing things in. And how are you going to hold on? So how are you going to do that? Well, you're going to affect people, and the people are going to have to understand that okay, I don't like it, but let's go into damage control mode. Because if you don't like it, you can leave.
Yeah, and of course nobody wants to do that.
And nobody wants to. But what I'm saying, okay, let's look at Dayville.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, quiet little town, right? Route 101. What happened? It's a huge shopping district now.
Mm-hmm.
Huge. I mean, there's everything that is up there.
Yeah.
People didn't like it, but what happened to the taxes? Oh, people are happy about that.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
go up to 06241. They're happy about that now. Why? Because they have all these businesses, you know, that are paying taxes into the town. Oh, let's talk about the most rural of the rural, Lisbon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mhm.
what happened there?
Mm.
Oh, we don't want that. Oh, you need our tax. Oh, okay, yeah, bring them in. Walmart there. Hold on. Target, Aldi. You got two big shopping centers. You got other things that are moving in right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jewett City and Grizzled are the only area that I can think of that's saying no. We like our taxes to continue to go up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they got to I think you got to understand. I had to too. I like my quiet little town.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly do.
But
you have to change.
Mm-hmm.
You have to accept the change.
and you don't have to change the whole town.
No.
Right. That's always been my point.
Yeah.
Is it's literally these little pockets. It's
Yep.
Main Street. It's 164. Maybe at some point 201, but along the highway. You know, it's
you
not.
have to accept it.
Mm-hmm.
You just do. You know, it's like, okay, the school. All right.
Mhm.
They put forth the field.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted it, right?
Yeah.
They basically said, we're doing this. Well, we'll vote on it. We're probably going to do it anyway. Right? No, but they did it.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened? Oh, let's see. Enrollment in the school, way up.
Mm-hmm.
Income, way up.
Mm-hmm.
People are going to the games, way up.
Mm-hmm.
Everything has been affected,
Yeah.
you know, in a pretty good way financially,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right? So, you know, you got to thank that board, you know, for having the balls
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
to go
Yeah.
ahead and do that,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you know? So, I mean, first I was like, you know, it's going to cost them. All right, I vote yes.
Mhm.
I voted yes. And I'm very happy that I did.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and it doesn't just affect the high school kids.
Right.
It affects the youth football team.
Mhm.
It affects anybody that wants to go walking on the track and
Mhm.
the dumbasses that decide they want to ride bikes on the track, you know, even though
Mhm.
there are signs there.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is that it turned out to be a good thing if
Mhm.
people just kind of sit back, right? It's like, oh no, you're getting divorced. Oh, that fucking sucks.
Mhm.
Oh, shit. Oh, but
He just
guess
threw the
what?
F-bomb.
See you in 2 years. Oh yeah, I'm the happiest I've ever
Yeah,
been. We realized, oh, you know, it just wasn't working for us, and you know, and now I'm dating this guy from Zimbabwe.
Right.
You know, I met him online, and I've sent him 10 grand,
Yeah.
and things are great. But no, you see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No. absolutely.
Boy,
And
I'm flying off a tangent.
no, but that's
You have to give it a chance. You can't just
Mhm.
sit back and say, oh no, I don't want this because it's going to affect my life too much.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, in a good way if you let it.
Mm-hmm.
But we've spent, you know, so our commercial corridor 164, we spent a lot of money up there. And what do we have for it?
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet.
Stott's property has been cleaned out.
Yep. I mean,
That looks like that's been
wouldn't
pretty
that
much
be-
cleared right out.
Oh yeah, wouldn't that be like odd if that one develops first?
Mm.
You know, I mean, with
Mm.
all the time and effort and money that's put into other properties
Mm-hmm.
and entertaining things,
Yeah.
and nothing has come to fruition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everybody complained, well, you don't have the infrastructure. The infrastructure was being put in the ground. Don't tell me we don't have the infrastructure.
Mhm.
You were not going to build quick enough and beat the infrastructure.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. You have to have the plans first and all of that.
you know,
But
the argument's been up there is it's all privately owned property.
Mhm.
It's all overpriced
Yeah.
and nobody's paying it.
Yeah.
That's what's holding back up there.
That's part of it.
Overpriced property.
So just recently there was a his phone's picking up on asking him if he needs help looking something
Yeah.
up. So just recently, here's an example. Just recently, there was a P&Z meeting in town here regarding a proposed storage facility.
Mm.
Basically over by like Tractor Supply, like, you know,
I know where it is.
okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
But
over
for
in the
those,
back
for
over
anyone
there.
listening, if they don't know, like, you know how you go into the parking lot and there's like the gated off part.
Yeah,
where-
I'm familiar with exactly where it's going to go.
So it's proposed if you keep going, say that it wasn't blocked off, you'd keep going. There's a road, and there's a proposed storage facility back there. for that land back there. You can't see it from 138.
Mhm.
There is a road kind of adjacent to it off of BMW, like kind of like Chestnut Hill
Yep.
Road. And so at this P&Z meeting, the engineer had, all of their big blueprint
Yep.
things and all their pictures and everything. They went through every single thing about, line of sight, and from Chestnut Hill going this way, and from 138 going this way, and from this way, and you can't see it, and
All
you
the
can only
different
see
elevations.
the different
Yeah, yeah.
elevations, and
It was thorough.
right.
it was
What's the
extremely
point?
thorough.
What are you trying to get at?
So what I'm trying to get at is there was opposition there for a storage facility that would bring hardly any traffic. You can't
Nope.
see it from the road.
No burden to the schools.
There's no burden to schools. There's no burden to emergency services. There's no
Bottom line, if you're opposing that, I
Taxes.
don't. Why?
Taxes.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? It's free money. It's free money.
Mhm.
It's
That's-
free
that's-
freaking money.
That's
This is the point that I was talking about.
Yes.
Other things too. It's like shock therapy. It's like,
Mhm.
no, I don't want that. Right? It's kind of like you walk into a store. Hi, just looking.
yeah.
You know who?
All I said was hi.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
Yeah.
there was some residents that were, I won't say speaking against it, but definitely voiced their concerns about that property.
Mhm.
But it was even worse that there were people on planning and zoning that were fighting that.
Yeah.
And it was like, you got to be kidding me.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. And actually, most people in there,
is there wetlands over there?
that it had already
No.
passed wetlands. It had already been
Went
approved,
through that.
which are most of the same people that are on P&Z. But the meeting was well attended compared to how
Sure.
like nobody ever goes to them. So there were people in the audience for that meeting, and majority of them were in favor of it.
Nobody spoke against it.
Nobody really spoke against it. There was one resident from Chestnut Hill
Yeah.
that spoke against
Yeah.
it. Again, NIMBY, right? No,
Yeah,
don't want it
yeah.
in my backyard. And from what I understand, I don't know if it's that same resident, but there is a Chestnut Hill resident that filed an appeal, I believe, because
on appeal, yes.
the P&Z, they did vote to move forward with, and grant the approval permit, whatever application, whatever the process is, to move forward with it. So, but there now is an appeal.
Well, supposedly the appeal wasn't going to hold much water because it did not come from an attorney.
Yeah, I don't know details, but
Yeah.
I know it was sent in under review, whatever their process is.
If it
But-
meets the guidelines, see ya.
Right.
Do it.
But something like that, and you still have people where it's not going to really affect anything.
Nobody's going to be out there crushing rocks at 10 o'clock at night.
No,
Just-
there's
it's not gonna be a
tractor
disturbance to
trailer
anybody,
traffic, no,
to
nothing.
nobody. And I went by the one up on 138 the other day, and I paid attention to one of the things that was being talked about. This one over here was them cupolas on top
Oh
of the
my
building.
God! If I heard the word cupola
I
one
know.
more freaking time
but
at
out
this
there
meeting,
on 130,
Jesus
out on
Christ.
138, like every building's got like 2 or 3 of them on.
Oh my God! Apparently, again, I don't know P&Z, but I guess we have some kind of regulation or something
You gotta put
written where
cupola.
there have to be cupolas on buildings.
For whatever
What's a
reason.
cupola?
I had to Google it myself.
Oh,
It's
a
like
thing on the top, the
it's to make it look pretty.
on the top of a roof.
It's like the square, like a widow's peak type
Yeah,
of
like a
widow,
widow's watch type of
yeah,
thing, yeah.
like that.
So something
It's-
else to take money away.
It's something else to bitch about.
Yeah,
It
it was an interesting meeting.
was so like that. Like that's a cupola.
Oh.
So, and it was, well, are we going to have cupolas on that one? Are we going to have cupolas on this one? What about the cupolas? I mean, it
No.
was literally
Nitpicky.
a majority of the meeting was talking about these fucking cupolas.
Mm.
And then they ended up compromising, and that they would have cupolas on like the two main buildings. Like when you drive in that you see, they would have them, but the ones in back wouldn't. And of course, then if you put the cupolas up, then the line of sight changes because now you can see the top of the cupolas and blah. I mean, it to me, I was in there as a resident. And again, I don't know P&Z, I don't know the regulations, but I was in there as a resident. And I'm thinking, oh my God, this is so nitpicky. And if this is what the businesses are going through when they're trying to come in here, now
you
I know why
Yeah.
nothing is coming
Happens.
in. It was very eye-opening to me to see that. Which is why I asked the owners of River Mill if they would, have time to chat at some point, when
Looking to keep our community safe.
through
Oops.
their
Sorry.
to go through their, kind of walk me through their process and what they went through and everything to get a better understanding of what they have to do. And of course, they didn't build, but still bringing a business in. But I would like to sit down with those people too at some point and say, look, walk me through it, dumb it down, walk me through it. What'd you have to do?
Look what they did to the guy with the bakery, Carl.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, geez, everybody, we want another bakery. Listen, Aramoni's isn't coming back.
Right.
Government overreach, and just broke the guy's stones unmercifully to where it bankrupted him.
Yeah.
Government overreach.
And that's where maybe we need to, that's why I want to get a better feel for kind of try to like find root cause and just dig in and where are the problems? Do we need to change our regulations or do we need, do we need to change process? What is it?
You know what I did the first time when I started doing this, and I knew that I was going to have to, because they always say is if you don't piss anybody off, you're doing something wrong.
Oh God.
Right.
Yeah.
So I can
we
remember,
have pissed off a lot of people.
I remember going to the Grizzled Bicentennial Committee meeting. And I went in there and I told them that I would like to sell T-shirts, that say, that they have them. Well, and I told them my idea. And my idea had nothing to do with what they were doing.
Yeah, right.
Totally nothing. And Gail Rook Norman had something. And I don't remember if it was her or somebody else. I mean, she wasn't mean or anything like that. She just, it was like, she was against the idea. And so were a couple others,
selling
which it's okay.
Selling T-shirts.
Yeah. And I swear to God, I looked at the committee and said, look, I'm here as telling you as a courtesy. So I'm going to do it. I'm not asking your permission.
Right, right.
They kind of step back. And this is what I think is what I think the problem is in this town is that you think you got to go to town hall to ask their permission. And I did. I said, I'm not asking your permission. I'm here as a courtesy.
Yeah.
And it's like, what?
Yeah.
So, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
you just got to have big ones.
Well, it's not even that.
Well, you got to stand up for yourself, but
and we need more of that. I'm not saying need more of me. God knows you don't need more of me. But I mean, you need people to say, I'm just going to do this. You know how many people, I can only talk about my own experience, right? People laughed at me and said, are you going to stream games? Nobody's going to want to watch that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, guess what?
Yeah. That's huge.
Ask Gary Moore and how many people didn't want to watch it.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. We're working on it. There are a lot of us that are trying to get change happening, but it's an uphill battle.
I think you have to change the area, not the mindset of the people, but I think you have to start putting things in to the area as far as change. And again, I got to go back to Skolchek because I think he had a lot of great ideas. And, when he wanted to do stuff with the sunflowers, right? And he did get a lot of buy-in from Jewett City Savings Bank and Eastern Connecticut Savings, which is now Ascend Bank, all sorts of stuff. But then when he left, it kind of died. But he had an idea, and I think he was right, about, I haven't talked to Kevin in a long time, but I'm just saying, he was changing not the area, or maybe the idea of the area, kind
of the culture. Like you're
yeah. Kind of walked hand in hand with the Sunflower 6K, and that Melissa Wooten and Jay Rainier, had initially started with others, and then that just kind of ended, and now there's like no direction. We need that direction again. I don't know who's the person to do that. I still think you got to go. I think you have to hire an agency to help with that, to put proposals together and actually give this town a direction and then market to businesses that may be like-minded. You want to make it into an artsy kind of town? Okay. You need a little theater. Yeah. You need little artsy things. And I don't mean murals. And this is just my idea. Yeah. And, people could be saying, what a jerk. You don't know what you're talking about. Maybe I don't. But at least I'm trying to come up with ideas, and you're coming up with ideas, and you come up with ideas, and Wayne comes up. I mean, I can only talk to the people. Paul, he ain't got no ideas. But
he's got them.
Yeah, he does. But
But could you imagine, like, think about like what you're saying. If you want to turn into like an artsy thing, you know, you have the
That's
theater,
just- yes.
then right.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
for example, and then you know you have the school, St. Mary's School, turn that into an art gallery. You know, there's parking behind it. It's, you know, I mean, there like you said, there are things that can be done. It's just like I've been saying all along, we need a plan first, and we don't have that. We are flying by the seat of our pants as a town, and just kind of casting a wide net, and whatever happens, happens. And then everyone's going to say, no, I don't want it here. And it's just going to continue to cycle.
Like, for example, the Jewett City Museum or the Historical Society. You know why nobody goes there? Because it's hardly open.
Yeah.
And it's only open convenient to the people that can be there to open the place up. It's not convenient to people that can actually go there. You know, should be open Saturday 9 to 5. You know, where people can go there and check it out. But you can't. You know, so there you go. There's some really cool things in there.
There are a lot of cool things in there.
There's a lot of neat things to look at. I went in there. I was in there for an hour. You know, just looking at stuff that I never even knew.
And they change stuff out.
And
They have they have some really cool things.
They
in there.
actually need more space.
Yeah.
than-
Oh yeah.
than
They
what
could.
have.
They could probably use that entire building.
But they need to be open.
Yeah. I
You know what I mean? They need to be open where people, and again, not conducive to whatever volunteers available. They need somebody there.
Yeah.
You know, and then I think people will go. You know, create a promotion with Dean's Corner right across. You know, the street.
Yeah.
You know,
The other big problem with trying to do something in town, again, and it's been talked about many times, is parking.
Yeah.
You know, that's where do people park to go to that museum?
Okay, so I'm gonna claim sour grapes on that,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you why. Because whenever there's an event in Jewett City, people find places to
Oh,
park.
I get it.
They always do.
But you're talking about a museum, a historical museum. How many people are coming to that? And
I don't know. We had 4,000 people on our first Hill Fest on Veterans Memorial Park.
Yeah.
All right, we didn't have anybody shuttled in. People found a place to park.
Oh yeah.
They always do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, look at Putnam. Main Street's one way.
Oh, I know.
You know, you want to talk about a cluster as far as looking for. They find parking. Same thing here. So, all due respect, Rich, whenever people say, "Oh, there's no parking," yeah, there is.
And I think there is space.
They'll park down in Norman's. You know, the Norman's are I'm not Norman's. Excuse me, Anthony's Hardware.
Yeah.
You know, maybe Norman's Farm. They may walk down from that too. You don't know, but they'll park down there and they'll walk up. You'd be surprised where people will park.
Depends on what it is.
And
Yeah.
the lot behind Anthony's Hardware and the Anthony's Hardware parking, that I don't know who owns it, if that's him,
Anthony's.
Anthony's owns
that
that.
spot
Yeah.
behind. I mean, that could be paved and turned into a ton of parking spaces.
That was talked about at one time.
It was
it
talked
not? Yeah.
about, and they were
I don't know
tried
what
to
happened.
make. Well, they tried to make a deal.
Yeah.
You know, with Ron and God bless him, Phil.
Yeah.
You know, and they could not come to. I don't know what the
That was supposed to
the
get paid at one
parameters
time.
were.
What, you mean the
It
town and
was,
them?
yeah. They were supposed to come up. They wanted to come. Now Phil was no longer in office.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and it was a great idea, but it just didn't happen between the town and
Yeah.
the Anthonys. Who knows?
Yeah.
But but people still park there, you know, and they respect the
God,
area,
yeah.
the beginning,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
because
Mm-hmm.
so I guess what I'm saying is there is parking, you know, there's parking up and down Ashland Street. There's people just don't think you can park there,
Right.
but you can.
Right.
You know, there's parking up and down Hill Street. People will park in the Little League field, you know, or they'll not in the field, but
Yeah.
you know, like or over by the French Club. You know, they will park. People will park over by the firehouse.
Mm-hmm.
You know, nobody says anything. So I don't know. Anyway, Merry Christmas.
Yeah. To you too.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Yeah.
Christmas.
He's like,
No, I'm still thinking about you're talking about the whole parking thing, and it's all here. It's like not here. It's all scattered.
Scattered
is, you
know.
away from
but
where
it's like that in
everything
a lot
is.
of towns. It's like that in
Yeah.
Putnam. It's
Yeah.
like that in Westerly. It's like that in. Oh no, there's nothing in Ledyard. There really isn't. I was going to say that, but even New London, it's a lot of one-way streets. You know what I mean? People find parking.
But there's municipal parking places.
Yeah, they do. They have lots back there. Yeah.
It's also 10 times the size of Jewett
In
City,
a garage.
Well,
they also have a garage there.
True.
Same thing with Norwich. We can get people to park there and walk.
Mm-hmm.
You got a couple of garages.
Yeah.
They stink a little bit like
piss.
Thank you.
I mean, they do.
Oh, that's I know, right?
Thanks, Santa.
You're welcome.
Have a Merry Christmas,
Just come in
Richard.
and pee all over our parade.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
We've been in here an hour and a
Christmas.
half. Time to go.
Oh no,
Good conversation though.
Good
overtime today.
I know, right?
Wow.
We get extra.
It'll be in the
Yeah,
check
that's
next
right.
week.
Mhm.
Yeah. Or the week after.
Yeah,
Or the
maybe.
week after.
Oh, maybe after the first of the year. sometime.
After the first of some year.
Mm.
Anyway, thank you very much for.
No problem.
I want to thank you really. This is no bullshit. I mean, everything you do coming in here in the morning.
Yep.
You two,
Mhm.
Golden Time. I don't care. You're here. So, and Paul and Wayne and who am I forgetting?
I met Paul. Well, I've met Paul's one before we close up. I met Paul's
All our
wife
guests.
the other day. I've met her before, but I actually got to talk to her. So,
Paul's wife?
yeah.
Oh, Jenny?
Yeah. So there was a lady who put, and
She's
you know
right.
who I'm talking about. She put a thing on Facebook. They're all involved with that Kitty Harbor thing,
Yes.
right? And they were looking for air purifiers, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, you know what? I'll be the guy. They were looking for 3 of them. Somebody bought one. I went down and bought another one, and I brought it up there. And I didn't realize, I knew she was involved someplace, but I didn't know where. But when I saw her, I saw you're Paul's wife, and we're talking to her. But that's I'll give them a little promo here. That's a pretty good little organization they have up there.
Yeah.
They got 2 houses. One house was the people that lived there that died and left that as the foundation for the whole Kitty Harbor thing. And then they built or whatever they did with the place name. And right now they're down low, as funny as it may sound. They got about 80 cats.
Oh my God.
But cool place.
Yeah.
A real
Kitty
cool
Harbor?
place.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Kitty Harbor?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I've been there a few times.
Cool place. Real cool place.
Do you want to go ahead and just before we go, want to go ahead and react to one more comment that's out there.
Yeah.
We're talking about parking. This is Rachel says Rachel King says if that's the case, there needs to be more handicap spaces for street parking.
True.
Well,
Yep.
she's got a point
Yep.
there.
Okay.
Yep. Absolutely.
But how do you do that?
Well, with this road, it's the state.
That's right.
Well,
So then,
You
you're
can't have-
fighting with the state.
Right. Let's say
If
you're
it's
going
on road parking.
Let's say you're going to Charlene's Diner. Where do you put the handicap spot?
mm,
You know what I mean?
it's out back.
Right. But then all of a sudden, then you got Anthony's Hardware. Well, where's our handicap spot?
Mhm.
Next thing you know, it's all handicapped because I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I'm just saying
I don't
You
think
know.
I think there's like a certain ratio, isn't there?
in a public parking lot,
Yeah, right.
you can't do that on a state road.
Yeah, I don't know how that works when you
Like
get
in
the
our
state
parking lot here,
involved.
there are two handicap spots.
Well, no, it's not. I was thinking out in front of the post office, but theirs are on the side in the parking area.
you can't
Yeah.
do that on Route 12.
No,
Yeah, I don't know how that would be up to the
You can't.
state.
Yeah, well, right, but
Yeah.
the thing is like, all right, well, you have one here, then you
you
got
take your life in your hands parking there to begin with.
Mhm.
Never
Yeah,
mind
could you
somebody-
imagine?
Legit.
Never
That's
mind
not even a
somebody
joke.
who's
Yeah.
handicapped and going to take a little longer to get out of their
Mhm.
car, and
Yeah.
maybe they got a
Right.
wheelchair or whatever they got. But
Mhm.
yeah, that'd be chaos.
Yeah. But yeah, good point, Rachel.
Have a good Christmas.
You too.
We'll see you before New Year.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
Sure.
sure.
All right, everybody out there, thank you for watching and listening to all of our crazy rhetoric. We think that we come up with some good ideas sometimes.
Sometimes.
And
True or false?
True or false. And hopefully you'll stick with us as we move on.
See ya. Merry
Sayonara.
Christmas.
Adios.